Riot Games just reworked Naafiri and she might actually be the strongest jungler right now. This update is wild. They completely swapped her W and R, gave her some insane new mechanics, and now she's looking like a serious problem. Today I'll go over her abilities and changes, the combos and playstyle you want to use, and of course the best build and runes to help you dominate with her. And trust me, this rework is insanely strong, especially her new W, which is insanely broken. Just look at this clip. So let's talk about the big changes. First up, her W and R got completely swapped. W is now her summoning ability, and when you press it you spawn extra pack mates to fight alongside you. And now you also become untargetable when you cast it. This means you can be hit, CC'd or targeted at all, kind of like a budget mastery Q, but instead of just dodging damage, you're also summoning extra DPS to swarm the enemy. This makes her insane for tower diving or shifting focus mid-fight. Imagine diving under turret, pulling aggro, then pressing W to completely disappear while your dogs keep attacking. By the time you come back, you can easily switch targets or escape. It lets you weave through fights, dodge CC and completely throw enemies off. Her R is now her dash-in ability and you can only use it on champions now. So no more hopping onto jungle camps for mobility, you gotta fully commit to fights. Q and E mostly the same, so if you played her before they'll feel familiar. But here's where they really shine in the jungle. Q makes her jungler clear ridiculously good, because the aggro goes to your pack mates instead of you, so you stay at full HP nearly all the time. This means no need to reset often and you can stay on the map looking for plays. E makes her an amazing choice for invades and sneaky ganks. You can use it to dash over walls and approach lanes from unexpected angles, kind of like how Graves uses his E for quick repositioning. Enemies will never see you coming. Alright, so with these changes the way you want to play her has shifted a bit. Your standard full combo goes like this. Dash in with R, land your Q, then instantly press W for the extra pack mates and untargetability. From there, follow up with E, and by the time that's done, your Q is still available, so hit them again for double bleed proc. It's fast, it's deadly and almost impossible to react to. Although, in super late game teamfights, when there's a ton of CC and burst damage flying around, you might want to play it safer. Instead of using W after your Q, you can dash in with R, then immediately press W to dodge any incoming CC or damage, while still spawning your pack mates to keep fighting. This lets you completely ignore key abilities, kind of like how Mastery times his Q to dodge everything. This secondary combo is insanely strong against heavy CC comps. Just imagine diving in, dodging a Lux Q or a Morgana Q, and still shredding their backline. Now let's talk about the best builds for Naafiri right now. And depending on how you want to play, you've got two main options. The Bruiser build, which makes Naafiri a menace with her new kit. This build makes her harder to kill while also dealing huge damage, letting her stay in fights longer and tear through enemies. For runes, you take Conqueror for extended fights, then grab Domination secondary for extra sustain and burst. As for the core items, you want to go with Eclipse, Black Cleaver and Death Dance. Eclipse gives you a shield and lethality for strong early duels. Black Cleaver shreds armor and gives health and CDR, and Death Dance lifesteal and damage delay, making you tank in fights. This build lets you survive longer, sustain through fights and deal consistent DPS without getting instantly blown up. The second build is the more assassin playstyle, which is the one you want to use if you enjoy deleting enemies in seconds and be an absolute nightmare for squishies. For runes, you take Electrocute for instant burst damage, then Sorcery secondary for more ability haste and poke. For items, you still want to start with Eclipse, but then go into more lethality items, such as Yumo's Ghostblade, Edge of Night, and also Seriola's Grudge for that armor pen. This build turns Naafiri into a full-on assassin, perfect for jumping in, deleting carries and dipping out before they even react. So which playstyle do you prefer, Bruiser or Assassin? Let me know in the comments. If you're playing her in the jungle, I'd say right now Bruiser is the more reliable choice. But if you're fed and want to snowball hard, Assassin Naafiri is a ton of fun. Either way, she's looking crazy strong right now. Alright, so now that I've gone over the build and runes and playstyle, let me show you some highlights of the new Naafiri jungle in action. So yeah, this Naafiri rework is actually nuts. The new W makes her so slippery you can dodge literally anything, and the R change forces her to be way more aggressive, which is exactly what she needed. If you love face-based junglers who can melt through enemies, she's your champion. But hey, I wanna hear from you, what do you think of the new Naafiri? Have you tried her out yet? Are you all about the Bruiser build or do you prefer the more assassin playstyle? If you enjoyed this guide and want to see more, make sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates on the latest champion reworks, builds and gameplay. And as always, thanks for watching, good luck out there and may your ganks always be on point.